Hello, people that may see this video, politicians, big sports stars, random people, anybody that is possibly going to see this. I appreciate you listening to it, and hopefully, maybe even if you just know a Pentecostal, then we're good. I believe this is number 3. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. You might be apostolic Pentecostal if. Now I'm going to read off this paper where I wrote all these on. So if I'm not looking directly at the camera, sorry. Okay, now here you go. You know you're apostolic Pentecostal if, and this is in no order. This is the order that I thought them up and wrote them on this paper. So, number 1, you're on vacation. You see a woman in a skirt, and since you want to go to church anyway, you talk to her, find out where they go to church. Okay, this one may sound a little odd. Number 2, you say you're going to church anywhere in Appalachia. In the Appalachian Mountains, you're going to this Pentecostal church, a Holy Roller church, Pentecostal church, and people have to ask you, are you going to play with snakes? And you have to tell them, no, not at all. And number 3, you've been on a Holy Ghost praise break at work. Now here's one that non-Pentecostals will never, ever understand. You have a church that you go to, and that church encourages you to run in the Spirit. This one, I personally saw it before. And it goes like this. You see your kid running in church after church is over. And you say, son, would you please stop that? You don't need to be running in church. And he turns around and tells you, well, Dad, you were just running a few minutes ago in church. And then you have to stop and think, how do I explain this one? You know people have been carried out in the Spirit, or heard of stories or whatnot. Now, this is number 7 we're already at. And this one is, you have been slain in the Spirit. Now, it's not none of this TV malarkey, baloney. The TV stuff is, I'm going to lay hands on you. There's 2 people behind you. Fall down, please. That's not slain in the Spirit. When you literally get hit by the Spirit and you're down, and nobody's behind you to pick you up or help you fall down. You just feel like you're falling down on a cloud. Now, this one you may not understand, but I hope you do. Your songs that you guys sing in church, you sing over and over and over and over and over, and it keeps on repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating, because you just want that song to be ingrained in our souls. This one, number 9. Holiness is actually preached in your church. Number 10, being called wild or intense by some that do not go to your kind of church is actually a compliment. Number 11, Azusa Street really means something to you. Number 12, sometimes God drops His Spirit in so hard that ministry is happening everywhere, except for the preacher. There is no preacher. The last one I came up with was, you've been drunk in the Spirit. And yes, that has happened to me. And my child has told me, Dad, you were acting drunk. So, you might be apostolic pentecostal if part 3 concluding.